Assalamu alaikum everyone. Hey guys, my name is Shahul Ayaan and you're watching Shahul Ayaan vlogs. And today I'm going to be discussing you about first year anatomy practical exam. How to go about it, what are the doubts, how are they going to ask questions, what are you going to have to guess, what are you going to have to write about. So I'm going to be discussing everything about it in the coming video. So let's go. So the anatomy practical is for 100 marks. So what is gonna be the distribution of 100 marks? So the distribution goes like histology, you will have to figure out the slides, you have to identify and write 2 points about histology. That will be 10 slides and that will be for 20 marks. So histology, and then you'll have gross specimens identification. So you'll have 5 gross identifications and you'll have to write 2 points each, and that is 4 marks each. So 5 into 4 will have 20 marks of gross. And then you will have viva, that will be for 30 marks. Viva 30 marks will be divided again by 15 and 15, that is 15 internals and 15 external teacher viva. So 15 plus 15, 30 marks, so total will be 17. And what is the rest 30? Rest 30 is your record books. So I will show you what are the record books. There are 2 record books. First one is the histology record book and the second one is the gross record book. We'll take a peek of these record books in the coming thing. So let's move on. We'll move on to the histology slides. There are 10 histology slides which you have to identify, and this whatever marks and the type of anatomy practical which I am telling is from the RGUHS University, and I am enrolled in that university affiliation. So whatever I am telling is under the RGUHS. So first we'll move on to histology slides. For that we'll take the reference of my record book. Please don't judge, it is not pretty. So we'll move on to the index. So moving on, this will be the type of slides which will come up in the exam. So it will be simple cuboidal epithelium to prostate glands. So everything will be there. Oops, never mind. So the slides will be like this. Okay, you will have to identify and then you will have to write 2 points. So as you can see, 2 points here, the slide will be here. Identification, you will have to write the proper name, that is simple columnar epithelium, for example. Or it might be like lung might be there, a lung, it will be there, not the lung, the slide of the lung. Yes. So liver or something like that, 2 points you'll have to write, and make sure you write unique points for each of the 10 slides, because if you keep repeating it, the marks won't be given. So make sure you write unique points for each slide, and there'll be 10 slides, again 2 points each for 10 slides, that is 20 points total, 20 marks in total. So you'll have 20 marks, and if you write it to the point, 2 points, 20 marks. So moving on to the gross identification. Here is where many people make mistake. Okay, so people show so in my practicals what happened, so we had the whole lab set up in St. John's, and there were gross specimens kept, and looking from far, like they made us sit in the room next to the hall, and we could look at the gross specimens, and looking from far we were like, oh, this is spleen, oh no, this is like the leg and the thigh part and all this, and we were so very elated, like wow, this is gonna be so easy, and like I've already identified 4 of 5 because 5th cannot be seen, and we were like all confident. And then we go into the practical exam, okay, and then there are gross 5 one which we saw, okay, but as I said, we saw the thigh, okay, thigh kept, and then we were like, what, we're gonna write thigh. And then when we started, the examiner came and said, you guys, please be careful, please make sure that you will have to only identify the threaded part of the gross specimen, or the marked part by the marker, and then we were all confused. And then when we looked closely, the sciatic nerve was threaded, and it was pulled up a little bit, and then we had to identify what nerve was in the thigh. So we were like, oh my god, people who didn't study are not gonna get gross specimens. So this type of gross specimens are gonna be kept. So they'll keep humerus, they'll mark the greater tubercle, and then they'll say, identify the spot on this bone. It's important for you guys to concentrate on your practical classes in the thing, because if you haven't concentrated enough, you will not know the position, and you will not know where the nerve gets in. And the radial nerve, there might be a point, like they might give you a section of an arm, and there might be a place where only the radial sulcus is seen, and then there's a nerve, and then you'll be confused like which nerve to write, what to write. So you'll have to be attentive and studious in the practical classes, so that you can ace the practical exam. So this is the gross specimen. So you will have to again write 2 points of it, identification, and 2 points, then you will get 4 marks. So that is there. So that is done, gross specimens, that is 5. Moving on to the nervous and the tough part, that is the viva part. Viva part is divided again as 30 marks into 2, 15 and 15. 15 marks will be given by the external examiner, and the 15 will be given by your internal examiner on the day of the practicals. So you will have 2 sections, at least we had 2 sections where there was an internal examiner, external examiner, and we had been divided, and then we had to first go to internal or external, and then go on to the other examiner. So their viva will be as an above abdomen and below abdomen discussion, and the other examiner will take specific organs and bones. So for us, we had the external examiner took above abdomen, below abdomen discussion. So he'll ask you, what do you want? Like if he's very generous enough, he's gonna ask, what do you know? And if he's the examiner type, he's gonna come like, okay, tell me about the above abdomen, above abdomen structures. Then you will start saying above abdomen contains the chest, and the chest cavity, it contains the diaphragm, muscles, and the lungs. And then he's gonna start asking, okay, position of the lungs, and then he'll give you a lung. When you get a lung, or any organ for that matter, okay, so if you get an organ, for instance, this is the book, and if you get an organ, and if you're holding like this, and if you say, sir, this is lung, so the examiner is gonna say no, and he's gonna throw you out. So what you'll have to do is hold the organ in the given anatomical position. So you'll have to position the organ in such a way that it is as if it was like taken directly from body, and it is given like this. So you'll have to hold. So for the book's anatomical position, it is this. So for a lung, you'll have to hold in such a way that you're holding the lung in an anatomical position, and not ulta, or holding like this, like lung. No, you cannot do that, okay, in front of the examiner, or for that matter anywhere, because you're a medical student. You should be well equipped and well versed with all the holding positions of the body parts. So yeah, do that. Make sure you hold it in an anatomical position. Make sure you greet your examiner no matter what the situation is. Just say good morning sir, good afternoon sir. Do not sound nervous, okay? Do not sound very like hyperactive. Stay calm. Whenever he asks a question, he is not, you are not a genius, you are not Sean from the Good Doctor, okay? You are a medical student. You have the right to take 2-3 seconds for yourself, take a deep breath, and then answer. No one is gonna be expecting you to tell the lungs, okay, lungs is two lungs are right, left. No one is gonna expect you to answer like that, and no one really wants you to answer like that. Take your time, okay? Recollect, take 2-3 seconds, 2-3 seconds, not minutes, 2-3 seconds. Okay, sir. So you have to continue your answer like this. Do not, get nervous. If you do not know, try to recollect it for another 10 seconds, and then just say, sir, can we move on to the next question? Do not say, sir, please, I don't know this, sir. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Never do that. The examiner is not your mama ka ladka or your chacha ka beta who's gonna take pity on you and say, you know what, let me, just, skip and, I'll give you marks. No, he's not gonna do that for you. So make sure you are, well versed with the things, and, do not hesitate to answer if you know the correct answer. Even the questioner, examiner might say, what? Is it correct? So yeah, do that. So that is the above below discussion. And the other internal examiner for us, she was asking about the bones. Tell me about the bone. Tell me about the bones. And she was giving me giving a heart and lungs and liver, and she was tell me about this. Tell me about what part is what does it do. So yeah, that is the done. And please make sure you are calm and composed, and do not try studying at last minute before you enter the exam, because you are gonna scribble your thoughts before you enter the examination hall. Don't do that. Stay calm, stay composed, drink water, go to your bathroom, take a leak, just come back, take a deep breath, full in air, brain full of information, and then attend your exams. So this was, and the other 30 marks is of course the records, and the records of cross will be like this. So I don't think everyone, I think by now will have written drawn a heart or lung or everything or anything. Yeah, so these are the drawings for my record which I did. So yeah, that's it guys. That was the video. That was how my anatomy practical went, and some tips were attached in the video. Please make sure you follow the tips, and you are composed. All the best for your practical exam, first year anatomy, and make sure you ace the anatomy exam, and I hope you will pass and you will come to the second year, which is again filled with fun information and things like that. So yeah, make sure you subscribe to Shahul Ayaan Vlogs and like the video if you liked, and share it with your friends, share it in your group, medical group, your class group. Our class group is called the therapist group because physiotherapist. Anyways, so you share it and make sure you like. And also I might leave a link down in the description for the histology slides. Make sure you check it out, and yeah, until then, bye bye.